Certainly, I mean, now that you have almost widespread hysteria because we have a lack of transparency going on here, everybody's looking up in New Jersey. So clearly there's going to be...
There's no lack of transparency. What are you talking about? They just don't know because drones are easily accessible. Like that's literally it. What are they supposed? Oh my God, I can't believe I'm defending the American government here. Oh my God, dude, what the? We are so crazy. Oh, we're so cooked. I think we're cooked this. Now let's get to these mother drones, dude. Okay. Let's get to these freaking drones. I think this is amazing because I feel like there's definitely like, I don't know, military defense contractors like testing out drones or whatever. Like I'm sure the inception point here is like some real American technology, probably. But it is hilarious how quickly peasant brain creates collective psychosis, okay? And now you have so much momentum on the story from people who personally think that every plane in the sky is actually a drone. And not just any drone, but drones that are coming from an Iranian mothership. This is a fantastic example of this. Woman on Facebook proudly reports how her husband shone a laser at a drone, which was actually FedEx flight 3926 at 4,000 feet. This is complete madness. My husband and I saw one in West Milford about 11:57 p.m. It was very low flying and audible. My husband shined his sniper laser at it, and we watched before our own eyes. It went completely dark, and the sound ended abruptly. I know the time because I texted my best friend immediately after. It was a FedEx plane. New Jersey Democrat Senator Andy Kim was posting planes flying a Newark flight path. Last night we went out with local police to spot the drone flying over New Jersey. Here's what I saw. We drove to Round Valley Reservoir and the officer pointed lights moving low over the tree line. Sometimes they were solid white light, others flash of red and green. Now, the red and green light means that it's a FAA sanctioned flight, isn't it? That's just a plane or Santa Claus. We oriented ourselves with a flight tracker app to help us distinguish from airplanes. We often saw about 5 to 7 lights at a time that were low and not associated with aircraft we could see on the tracker app. Some hovered while others moved across the horizon. We saw a few that looked like they were moving in small clusters of 2 to 4. We clearly saw several that would move horizontally, then immediately switch back in the opposite direction and maneuver in ways. There are obviously actual drones, though. Just because people falsely report planes is irrelevant. Oh, make no mistake. That's why I said I suspect that the inception of the story came from like probably some military technology. You know what I mean? I don't know if it was a commercial drone or not, but I do think that I'm certain that there is some drones that people were like, what the is that? And it became a story. And not only did it become a story, but then it turned into this massive story when people were like, there's a lot of flying stuff ahead of us. There's so many goddamn flying shit. What the hell is going on? Interesting question here is, how did this become a massive story? Because I think America is very stupid. Like this is one of those incidents where like, I think that there's a shit ton of drones because they're relatively cheap, chat. It's a very cheap thing to make, buy, purchase, maneuver. It's relatively easy to operate. So like it could be a number of different things. It could be a number of different things. It could be commercial drones. It could be people around. It could be defense contractors testing out their new drones or whatever. But I think the broad reception of the story is partially because of our fascination with the unknown and partially because, you know, there's Americans love this shit. They love this kind of conspiracy theory. But there's also, I think that there is also real fears that this is something more ominous. But I think that the thing that is more ominous would be most likely just the American military, like defense contractors testing out their new toys. They are the size of cars. It's alien people. Okay. Or maybe that.
In New Jersey, unexplained drone activity was reported above a naval weapons station, while farther north, the FAA ordered temporary flight.
Hey, cold snack, baby. How much have you looked into this? I was under the impression that this was thousands of industrial-side drones clearly visible as a drone. Everybody has seen them. Yeah, I don't understand it. Everybody says everybody's seen them, and yet all the footage that I have seen from independent sources are either like TIE fighters that they altered to make it seem like a real TIE fighter was like flying in broad daylight, or planes and shit, planes and helicopters. So I have not seen, like, while I love a good story like this, I love a good conspiracy, I have not seen any real like footage. I've not seen any real. Yeah, Larry Hogan saw stars and constellations and then said, these are drones. The stars at the 39-second mark are recognizable by the constellation Orion. From this, you can determine the bright lights behind the trees are stars Sirius and Procyon. Like, I think something that people need to remind themselves is that, like, I often talk about people in positions of authority and how when someone is in a position of authority, we automatically assume that they know what the they're talking about or they're brilliant. Okay, that's how meritocracy works usually. And I need people to remember that just because someone is in Congress speaking from a position of authority does not change the reality that they can be an absolute moron. Okay, very important to understand. That's precisely the reason why I showed you Andy Kim, and that's why I showed you Governor Larry Hogan. Okay, you can still be an idiot just because you're a elected representative doesn't change that reality. This feels like you're gaslighting us people from New Jersey. Some are planes, but most are drones. I wish people would send me actual video footage of the drones. Oh, this is the Walmart delivery drone. This guy shot a Walmart delivery drone in Florida. This is the different guy. A whole third of red and green light planes they're saying aren't planes law. Whoever's behind this, they seem totally unconcerned about being photographed and filmed, which makes it highly unlikely that they're secret military defense industry tech. Yeah, that's a commercial airliner. That's not a drone. There are dozens of SUV-sized drones flying over New Jersey on a nightly basis. More video. Another one very much looks like a plane, but it isn't. Wait, what? Sent in by a resident of Bergen County. In the video, I thought it was a plane, but after seeing the picture, I'm not so sure. It doesn't look like any passenger plane to me. What? What are you talking about? This is literally a plane. And then not only is it a plane, but it's also like, I suspect it's like digitally altered as well, because there's like certain points where you can kind of tell. Second night of drones flying over my house. This chat is perfect for the story because half of us have plane autism and we can clearly tell if this is or isn't a plane. Yeah, planes come in various shapes, sizes, colors, okay? They have different kinds of wings, okay? And like a lot of the footage that I've seen are literally just straight up planes. And I've yet to see like, hey. Kaya, place. Not yet, Kaya. Fat ass. She got so fat, just like her daddy. I did some drones, like legit ones, but it's easy to think they're all after. We have to see a couple. While many of these look like larger versions of conventional drones or fixed wing aircraft, some appear to be orbs. What? Nah. Like the other part of the story is that some of these are like also digitally altered footage that is sold in a way like a ring camera footage to make you think that this is like a real aerial phenomena. I'm sorry, dude. This is ridiculous. Some more orb activity in New Jersey. Truck driver caught on video orb UAP UFO. These are your people. These are your people, New Jersey loser. What is it? I saw 5 drones.
There's one right above us.
This is weird.
And then there's one over there. What the heck? And then there's one right there. What the heck?
Who knows? Could be aliens.
But there's 1, 2, 3, like in this, like right here.
Yeah, I can't tell, but I assume that they're just planes, chat. New Jersey Medevac had to issue a warning to their Lifelight pilots about drone activity posing a flight safety risk. The FBI is investigating, but they have no idea what they're dealing with. People have tried to fly their own private drones to get a better look, only to experience weird battery failures.
Where are the batteries at? It's fully charged.
It's 0. It won't let me.
What is going on? Okay, these are fully charged batteries. It's 2 batteries that have died within seconds, and the drone went up and like a couple feet off the table, and then came right back down. The craziest thing. They will not fly.
Should I go fly my drone right now? No, you won't be able to, see, because the batteries die.
There's no way the battery's dead. It's fully charged.
It's 0. It won't let me.
What is going on? Okay, these are fully charged batteries. It's 2 batteries that have died within seconds, and the drone went up and, what, like a couple feet off the table? And then came right back down. The craziest thing. They will not fly. Like, it won't fly. What the fuck? I don't believe in government conspiracies, but listen. There's mystery drones, and people's regular drones will not go up in the air and crash out. What the fuck? Alright, trying again to get the drone up.
No, this one won't. It won't even let me.
What? What's it say? Let me see what this
Just charge or warm up battery.
What?
Charging battery required.
It's full.
Do you think America's dog shit education system makes our populace more susceptible to mass hysteria like this? I think it's just like we're bored, we're relatively comfortable, but also at the same time, there's a lot of uncertainty. And yes, a lack of education at our foundation, at our very core, plays a significant role. We are so susceptible to destabilization. I'm sure some of the drones are some weird government defense contractor shit. Like I'm not writing that out at all. I just don't think that the level of panic that people are exhibiting has anything to do with like some serious significant threat of inexplicable aerial phenomena. Joint Staff statement from less than an hour ago, a spokesman from the Joint Staff acknowledged that there had been sightings of drones over 2 military installations in New Jersey, but said such sightings are typical. Yeah, in recent weeks, a number of drones have been sighted over New Jersey, prompting concern and thousands of telephone calls to report them. Some of those drones have even been sighted in the Picatinny Arsenal and Naval Weapons Station in Earl, both in New Jersey. During an on-background telephone call today, officials from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Department of Homeland Security, Federal Aviation Administration, and the Joint Staff provided comment and answered questions from reporters about the drone sightings. A spokesperson from Joint Staff acknowledged that there have been sightings of drones over 2 military installations in New Jersey, but said such sightings are typical. So either is the Department of Defense playing with new toys by way of defense contractors and they want to keep it under wraps. Maybe some part of it is that, or there are like people that have access to drones that are flying it over military bases for fun, you know, or for whichever reason. Or there is a third, more nefarious thing that's happening, which is that the American government is woefully incompetent and is completely incapable of dealing with, I don't know, drone surveillance technology in the form of drones that Iran or China or any number of foreign adversaries are engaging us with. Now, the reason why I don't think it's the third option, okay, and it's most likely a combination of 1 and 2, is because drones are very loud, okay? Especially large drones. And the reality of the matter is, if you were to use drones to surveil American military bases, a foreign adversary, they're fairly easy to take down. There are even new weapons that people have developed exclusively to take down drones. And not only that, but also it would be pretty simple and pretty easy to figure out which country's drones people are using. So that's the reason why I don't think that this is yet another instance of like foreign adversaries spying on us openly. Okay. New Jersey State Police have said their anti-drone weapons are not working on these ones. Keep reading the DoD statement. We have had confirmed sightings at Picatinny Arsenal and Naval Weapons Station Earl, the spokesperson said. This is not a new issue for us. We've had to deal with drone incursions over our base for quite a time now. It's something that we routinely respond to in each and every case when reporting is cited. The spokesperson said military installations have means to detect and respond to such drones, and that security personnel are trained to identify, categorize, and employ those tools to keep drones from flying unauthorized over U.S. military bases. Right now, the FBI, DHS, FAA, and DoD have been unable to determine who is responsible for flying the drones, and there's no indication that there are adversary nations involved. To date, we have no intelligence or observations that would indicate that they were aligned with a foreign actor. I feel like if they were aligned, even if they're not malicious, they still will openly state it. So it's gotta be not aligned. You know what I mean? Like, remember the Chinese weather balloon that drifted off into U.S. airspace? And everyone was like, oh, it's a Chinese weather balloon, dog. They're coming after us. They're trying to spy on our military bases. It's like, even though it wasn't as significant nor as severe as the way that the American government presented it, it still didn't matter. Like, people were whipped into a frenzy. And the American government absolutely used red baiting to get people riled up. We have not been able to locate or identify the operators or the points of origin. The spokesperson said that the military has limited authorities when it comes to conducting investigations off of military installations in the United States and is also prohibited from conducting intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance operations in the U.S., which might be used to determine the origins of who might be flying the drones. Okay. Yeah, there's no intra-agency cooperation to investigate such matters. Yeah. Famously, nobody ever spies on American soil. None of our agencies actually spy on American soil. Guys, I promise. We just have no authority here. It's outside of our jurisdiction. We don't know. Maybe it's real. Maybe it's not. Get the out of here. But the spokesperson also said military installations have good relations with local law enforcement who can conduct investigations off the installation. Oh God. We have to coordinate with law enforcement and try to do that, which we are doing, the spokesperson said. And we do that on a routine basis at nearly all of our locations. We have good relationships. Spokesperson also said the department is frustrated with the appearance of drones. The main point is to deter the activity using some of our electronic means that can respond to most of these small commercial systems and deny them access to the airspace over our bases. The spokesperson said, we don't know what the activity is. We don't know if it's just criminal, but I will tell you that it is irresponsible. Here on the military side, we are just as frustrated with the irresponsible nature of this activity. Yeah, I think it's hard for me not to see this as a collective hysteria from a generation of people that have had TikTok ruin their brains. Like, this is another person at the same location ID. This is a high visibility ball on a power line. Oh my God. Everyone is becoming a UFO truther. And what's funnier is, like, now the UFOs are no longer going to Ohio. Now they're going somewhere even less likely. The Ohio of the tri-state. Mother New Jersey, man. That's crazy. It's like aliens never go to Shenzhen, okay? They never go to Tokyo. Only Godzilla. Aliens only go to a cornfield in Iowa. And now it seems they're going to the cornfield of the tri-state, New Jersey. Why are they so fascinated? This makes no sense. Unusual activity report over Barksdale AFB. Chris Smith of New Jersey related to Congress this week how a U.S. Coast Guard boat was followed by dozens of these things with no idea what they were and no authorization to engage. God, I love this story, man. It's fucking sick. What a fantastic story.
New Jersey can't become the Wild West of drone activity. No state can become the Wild West of drone activity. I've made this very clear to the FBI, to Homeland Security, and the FAA, the agencies chiefly responsible for monitoring drone activity. They must immediately disclose more information to the public. It's totally and completely unacceptable that you have all this drone activity going on, that people are seeing with their own eyes. The fact that the federal agencies responsible for briefing the public have not come forward in a clear way is unacceptable. There has to be some explanation to the public for all this increased activity, and they must do so now.
You might be thinking, Hasan, how can so many people with institutional legitimacy be stupid? Okay. Like, there's got to be someone who is smart that has direct evidence or something. And I'm here to dispel that notion. Okay. I need you to understand. No, virtually every single person involved in the story can be stupid. From Josh Gottheimer to every single individual cop to the random Debras and the Barbaras that flip out their phones and start, filming these drones or whatever, can all be collectively hysterical. I need you to understand. If you're here to hear from me a different alternative that will tell you that this is most likely foreign adversaries in action, I don't think so.
Certainly, I mean, now that you have almost widespread hysteria because we have a lack of transparency going on here, everybody's looking up in New Jersey. So clearly there's going to be...
There's no lack of transparency. What the f are you talking about? They just don't know because drones are easily accessible. Like, that's literally it. What are they supposed... Oh my God, I can't believe I'm defending the American government here. Oh my God. Dude, what the f? We are so crazy. Oh, we're so cooked. I think we're cooked as f. Consumer drones up to 55 pounds, much bigger than typical camera drones, can legally be flown, even under recreational use without reporting or getting authorization. Of course, with some restrictions of registration. In any case, the FAA will be 100% on top of whatever they are. Not drones, not a drone. Nearly 14 minutes of pilot queries, a good few minutes of ATC recordings with pilots recently. It's not my audio, but the interactions do appear to be pretty genuine. Quite fascinating. Oh, stop. This is 100% a Chatters account. This is Gandalf Ilantifa or whatever, and you are 100% a UFO guy, and you're now saying these are UFOs. Oh my God. There's a reason why I deliberately don't cover the UAP congressional hearings, because this is the one aspect that I find, as far as conspiracy theories goes, this is the one part of like the conspiracy theories that I can't stand, because chatters revealed their insane opinions very voluntarily, very quickly, and it just like, it further erodes the confidence I have in my own community. I know it's your account. I know, that's what hurts. So you'll believe AMLO but not chat, okay? No, I often joke about AMLO saying that duendas are real.
Be some misidentification going on, but I could tell you from my own visuals, things that I've seen out my bedroom window and things I've seen over the edge of my balcony. We are absolutely seeing drones. We are not seeing small planes. And frankly, it's been insulting to the residents of New Jersey to be told that they're just seeing things or they're all misidentified.
No, dude, it's most likely some random big ass drones that people are operating, okay, on their own. And now that the story's grown, the number of people with drones that are flying their drones to have some fun is also increased. And then there's collective hysteria and panic that play a major role in the story exploding. For the most part, even if it was commercial drones that are flying over military bases and they couldn't intercept them for one reason or another, why the would the American military voluntarily reveal that they can just have like commercial surveillance aircraft flying over its military bases voluntarily? It's if anything, if the government is coming across as shifty or shady in this circumstance, is most likely to hide incompetence and not like some much larger grand plan that's existing. I'm of the mindset that most of these things can be explained away, and that it's not straight up a alien conspiracy or a foreign adversary that's like actively trying to destroy America, or the or a government psyop. And originally I was going to tackle this and choose my favorite conspiracy theory, but given, even in this community, like given how many people want it to be a real story, I fear the dangers of leaning into conspiratorial thinking, even if it is simply to have fun. Okay, it's so funny because it's like the Defense Department's like, yeah, this happens, it's annoying, but you know, calm down. But then like random people are like, no, it's hovering over my critical infrastructure. It's like, bitch, what are you saying? You're the mayor of Belleville, New Jersey. What critical infrastructure are drones hovering over in Belleville, New Jersey? If the American military is less panicked about this than you are, I think you should shut the fuck up. They're hovering over our Wawas. The FAA has remote ID requirements to fly drones. They broadcast information about the operator, and the info can be accessed by law enforcement. They either know exactly who's flying those drones or they're incompetent. I feel like with the mass availability of drones, I genuinely do feel like half of these are just like not properly registered drones. Do you understand how like you could just purchase something off Alibaba and just like let it rip without getting the proper registration? Like how are you gonna find out? Remember, during the Chinese weather balloon panic, they shot a weather balloon that like a bunch of student groups have put together. Okay, everyone was looking up at the sky going, oh my god, it's another Chinese weather balloon, we're gonna die. And in that panic, they shot a balloon of a local student weather club or whatever. I think part of it is like, I'm not gonna cast aside the idea that like part of this is some, you know, testing going on by defense contractors. But I think the overwhelming majority of the hysteria is just people thinking that there's a drone anywhere and everywhere by either scary aliens or even scarier, the Iranians. These are Sharia drones that are flying over the United States of America with whatever purpose they have. I do not know yet.
Well, you don't know anything.
All right, so you're here today. You were just inside. You walked out. Why?
I walked out because it was worthless. It was the biggest amateur hour presentation I've ever seen about anything, okay? It was ridiculous. There were no answers. Every question that was asked by a member of the state legislature, great questions, no answers, no resolution. They don't know where the drones are coming from. They don't know who's doing it. They don't know.
Also, look around. There's water coming from the air. What's that about? It's like the sky is crying on us. Nobody can explain it. I keep asking for questions. I say, what's this ball of fire in the sky? Why is this guy crying? Nobody can give me a goddamn answer on it. What the hell's going on? Is God crying on us or is God peeing on us? I'm partial to both. Could be any number of different reasons. But what you must remember is that we have to panic. We have to panic a lot. Because it's very obvious that if I can't understand something, that means it's the worst possible scenario. And God damn it, I can't understand quite a bit.
Why they're doing it, but they say there's no credible threat. It was annoying to be there. I drove 2 hours to be here today, spent an hour in there. I got to drive 2 hours back. The biggest waste of 5 hours in my entire life.
So why do you think they called this meeting?
No idea. Why would you call a meeting to tell people you don't know anything? I have no idea. And then when the legislators would ask questions, there were no answers. Here's the most frustrating part. The Colonel of State Police said that he had a helicopter of his flying over above one of these drones, a six.
Like, the notion here is that the cop is just like actually a drone technician, and no, he's the most knowledgeable guy to investigate the matter, and not just some high school dropout. Okay, like, dude, they're cops. It's a cop. He flew over the drone. Let me tell you. Okay, everybody knows you got to trust the cops when they tell you something.
6-foot drone or something. I can't remember exactly what he said. And he felt unsafe for his helicopter, so he just let it go. Just let it go. Where'd it go? Who knows? You know, didn't want to follow it because you didn't feel safe. Is that not the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard? I mean, honestly.
Do they have any idea where these drones are originating?
No, they don't. They would. Maybe if they followed that sucker to when it landed.
Okay, I'm beginning to realize that it is a psyop. Okay, are you ready for this? Originally, I was wrong when I said that this wasn't actually a government psyop. The drone story is a government psyop, and here's why. On December 8th, an Italian man by the name of Luigi Mangione committed a heinous act of an assassination of a high-powered CEO of one of the most profitable corporations in the United States of America. This created a lot of panic amongst the owner class and also instilled revolutionary sentiment in the proletariat, working class Americans. But another thing that happened that was completely unacceptable. Americans finally decided that an Italian man could be good. Ever since the days of James Gandolfini, Americans had not felt this comfortable openly stating that they thought an Italian man was attractive. In order to combat this kind of pro-Italian sentiment, the American government immediately went to an area where the highest density of Italians were located, New Jersey, in order to show the rest of the country that Italians are actually with minds like a medieval peasant. They started flying drones, 6-foot drones, flying in low altitude, flying low enough so that these Italians could see the drones and respond to them. This way, they would show everyone in America with eyes to see that Italians were actually stupid and not worthy of praise. That's the real conspiracy. Luigi Mangione became the people's hero, and America would not let an Italian man thrive. So they immediately went back to the drawing board and started disparaging the good nature and the good name of Italians by bringing hell upon the Italians of New Jersey.
They would know, but they don't. This is a complete lack of effort.
That linker was like, I'm going to destroy you. Olala, the drone program called Teardrop of the Sky, has appeared in Camden Tower. Oh, so now you trust the State Department? Yes. Dude, look at all these drones, man. This is terrifying. See, they're even spying on themselves. Like gunpowder, China is primarily using drones for cool amusements, while Europeans use them for killing people. That's a banger. That's got to be a tweet that someone stole from someone else. There's no way you just came up with that on your own just now, because that's a banger tweet. Wait until people from New Jersey see these drones. Dude, if you showed this to a guy from New Jersey, I think their heart would explode. Like, they would die on the spot. They would have a heart palpitation and die, okay? Like, oh my God. This would literally kill someone. Oh my God. Americans are so medieval peasant brain. You know how we joke about like a chicken nugget could kill a medieval child? The average like drone show in China would kill the medieval peasant minded guy living in Wildwood, New Jersey. Okay, they would literally be like, what the hell? Like going like this right here. If they saw this, they'd be like, the world is collapsing. This is the work of Satan. They should do this over an uncontacted tribe. No, they should just do this over Wildwood, New Jersey. I'm telling you, you don't have to go to an uncontacted tribe. You can just go to the average. I would say, normally I would joke and say you could go and show this to the average Alabamian or whatever. But honestly, the average New Jerseyan also has the same mindset, it seems. I saw 15 plus drones last night from New Brunswick. I'm willing to bet, I'm telling you, dude, a lot of the drones, I'm almost certain that a lot of the drones that you're seeing are other people who are investigating the drones themselves. It's so, drones are so easy to purchase. Like, you just go to a Best Buy. It's either planes or other people who saw a plane and started flying their drones. Yeah, I mean, look. Some of the drones in former Maryland Governor Larry Hogan's video were found to be stars in the constellation. Brother, I don't know. I just feel like we're cooked. I painted the flag of Iran on my drone, and I'm currently flying it outside my 86-year-old neighbor's bathroom window. Hey, if you like this video, please subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss out on any future videos.